Assalamu alaikum, wonderful viewers. You're watching us live on Fine TV Gambia. Just to remind you, this is a new program called Poetry Cabinet, and I am your host Khadija Tujalo. With us today, we have somebody very amazing and educative, a youth who is very hardworking, Emel the Point. So before going further, I would like my co-host to introduce herself.
Well, good afternoon, viewers out there. You're watching us live on Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And I'll be your co-host for today, our camera at Poetry Cabinet. So stay tuned and be connected.
Thanks so much, Awa. Just to remind you once again, this is Fine TV Gambia, and it's a new program called Poetry Cabinet. So, Emily, welcome to Fine TV Gambia.
Thank you very much for this dear. How are you?
I'm okay, Alhamdulillah. Can you please tell us, who is Emel?
Um, okay, thank you. I am Modlamin Jane, known as Emel the Poet, a young kid from Talinding, now staying at Latrikunda Saviji. Yeah, that I can say, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Might be the Ramadan is. Okay. So, Emel,
Yeah.
before we go in for a proper conversation, can you give us a taste of your poem?
Wow. A taste of it. When the days of our days become the days of our ancestors, when peace reign itself into our culture, when our past become the present, then the future shall remain silent. But sadly today, we are suffering from the ignorance of our culture, that to another culture, a culture that we know not. For our culture is the sound of the sweet drum, a drum that will put togetherness in us, a sound that will build us and remind us back to our ancestors. But see, when I think of our generation of today, my heart hurts like a water that has reached its boiling point. For we are living in a generation of corruption, a generation of frustration, a generation of manipulation is what we know, a generation where politicians hate each other just because of politics. So my people, them and their types shall be the flesh that we will trust to set the peace of freedom against the weak. For latitude they did not lay out any factors, as they consider no gratitude of altitude with no magnitude to protect life. Dija, even an oven, weaving with weevils does not distract as them the devil of sin. What a holy folly. What a despondency, for we are entitled to live a good life. So when the days of our days become the days of our ancestors, we shall all go to Fine TV.
Oh, thank you. That was a wonderful piece.
Thank
It
you
was
very much.
really educative.
Thank you.
Viewers, this is Emel the Poet. I think most of us out there know him very well. So this piece is very amazing.
Thank
And
you.
then keep it up. It's educative as well. So I know my co-hosts have something for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful piece, and
Thank
I
you.
really learned something from it. So, Emil, can you please tell us what you understand about the word poetry? Like we see many people say, "I'm a poet, but they don't know poetry really in detail. So, explain that.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's a wonderful question. And I would love to answer that. To start with, poetry to me, if I would define poetry, I will use it as the voice of the people. The reason why I use it as the voice of the people, poetry is the only way where one can communicate to people without having any problem to those that he is communicating to. And poetry, is a language that speaks to people, in different ways, whereby you and I, even if I tell you something that can hurt you, through poetry, you will not be angry. Why? You are enjoying what we are doing, because poetry is a form of singing, but it's above that. Yeah, poetry, to me, it's my medication.
Your medication.
Yeah.
Wow, that is indeed something amazing. So, Emil, how do you see gum poetry? How do you see the industry, the gum poetry industry?
Gum poetry industry, but
But
Yeah.
take us in detail. Why do you say it's bad?
To be honest, I will not lie to you people. Gum poetry today, Alhamdulillah, things I believe it's going things are changing now, but before, and the system that we are living right now, it's so bad because done poetry today, we have no help as poets. Among us here, as poets too, we are facing so many difficulties, and we the poets are also not working together to move the industry. So, which I believe is disturbing the industry. That's why I say that the industry is
So
really
you
bad.
want to tell us that the togetherness is not there, like
There is
among the poets?
no. To be honest, I will not lie to you because what I am fighting for and what you might be fighting for might not be the same. So, but whenever we come together, we pretend to be one. But to be honest, our aims, like, we don't want to move the poetry system forward. We want to move ourselves forward. This is the problem. Yeah, moving the gum poetry system forward is not the aim.
Yeah.
Everyone want to be up there. Yes, I want to be the one to be I want to be the one on top. That's all what we are fighting for. But to move the industry is not our aim. So we don't expect the industry to go anywhere.
Okay.
That is an amazing question, and if I am to add to that, I would say it's self-interest.
To be honest.
Yeah. So don't mind my words, anyways.
But you're speaking the truth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Emma,
Yeah.
what inspired you? What inspired you to do poetry? You could have done something else, but then you said no. I am in for poetry. This is my passion. So, what inspired you to do poetry?
Dija, a lot of things inspired me to do poetry, but to be honest with you, one of the most important things that inspired me to do poetry is because of our nation today. Like Gambians nowadays, we are losing our voice. Youths cannot stand for themselves, and I believe through poetry, I can do that. Yeah, I do not do poetry just because of Demba is doing poetry or Samba is doing poetry. No, like I do poetry today just because I am seeing my people need to communicate to the government, like to the stakeholders outside there, but they do not have any chance to communicate to people. So I use it as a way which I can take to communicate to people. Yeah, that's why people will like ML, you also poem me, yet it's all about like nation building and politics. No, I am there to speak out the truth. So to speak out the truth, I believe I can do that through only poetry.
Only poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard that from Emil. I think he's very, very right, because poetry is a way of advocation, I can say, which you can communicate so easily to the people out there.
Sure.
So, if I may ask, which year do you start poetry?
I started poetry last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Oh! Last year?
Yeah, if I would say I started poetry last year to be like a standpoint, like it was last year. Before I was using people's poems, reciting them at my school and other stuff, but to be like an official poet of my own, like start last year. Yeah.
That is really amazing. So, can you please take us through your poetry journey? Like, we all know the industry is not easy. Like, if you see poetry in the Gambia compared to other things like music, they're far different. So, please take us through your poetry journey.
Okay. ML in poetry. Like, to be honest, I started at a very far place, to be serious with it, because ML before in poetry and ML today in poetry, I think things have a bit changed. Yeah. When I was starting poetry, I did not have any mentor. Yeah, I started with acting. So through acting, I think that acting might not be the only way for me. Let me use poetry because I'm also good at it. So through poetry, I started poetry last year, February. February, I start writing on my own pieces. It was a very difficult moment because I do go for performance during those times, March, April, and May. But normally I do not have chance. Sometimes I will go for an event, but will not have chance for performance. Like I will go for an event, like they will call on other poets to go and perform. Just because I'm not known in the industry, it will be very difficult for me to be performing in front of those other poets.
Yeah.
I will understand and go home. And also through what I have organized so many a program last year, which also was very difficult for me to stand because during that way, I find it I find it so difficult with my people because no sponsor. I have to struggle with one of my like best sister who is with me. Like we struggle together, and this sister is always motivating me that like, Emma, wow, you can do this. Let's go. Yes, let's go, Emma. You can do this. I was like, but sis, this is my first time. Even you, I meet you in poetry.
Yeah.
So how do you expect me to go? She will be like, Emma, you can do this. Let's go. We work everything together. Sometimes she will advise me and stay back, but sometimes we will all do things together. And with the help of her today, things are okay with me. Yeah.
It is our own poetess DJ.
Oh, you are the Okay, to be frank, yeah, you already said the name, and I'll be so glad to say it. Poetess DJ here, like, was one of my source of motivation. Yeah, she motivated me a lot in poetry. Was like, ML, yes, we can do this. Let's go for the game. And last year, I have a program which I believe we will talk about later. But she was the reason why, like, I have that hope that yes, ML, I can do this.
Wow.
And I went for it, and today, alhamdulillah, the reason why people are talking about ML this, ML that, like, I will not leave her behind. She was part of it. So my journey was so hard though. Yeah, it was so hard.
Yeah, interesting. I guess what you said, every poet should embrace that act. Like everybody should be like poetess DJ, like to embrace each other, to help each other in order to take the poetry industry to another level.
Because when I was starting, I started with $0. $0. When we were starting, it was $0. And with $0 in the Gambia, if you tell someone, let's start this with $0, the person will not believe you.
Yeah.
But this lady here make me that hey, with $0 you can start things. So I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her, to be honest.
I guess if we have people like many people, it's like how the industry will be into another level than now.
Yeah.
So you've made mention of like not the unity is not there among the poets in the Gambia. So what are the things you think we can do? Like what poets can do in order to bring that unity among us to take the industry to another level compared to the level it is right now?
Okay, that's a good question. Because if you see today, we are all sitting here, we are talking about poetry. There's a reason, and that reason I believe just to move the industry forward. Like one of the most important things that I believe Gambian poets should do is to like come together and remove competition between them. Like if I have to put competition between me and you or between me and DJ, like it will not work. And if that happens, we will turn to become what? Enemies.
Yeah.
So we will not be there for each other, and that will be very difficult. We can all be sitting in one room, and we don't want to talk to each other. It will be very difficult.
Yeah.
The reason why Gambian music industry is now moving forward is because those people are ready for it.
Sure.
They want to work together and make sure that yes, if you see Jizzle, Attack, ST are all achieving big things today, it's because of they are ready for it. They are ready for the industry, not for themselves. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
So with that, I believe if we also come together, either you are a starter, like, or you are in the game for how many years, let's all come together, bring in ideas in a way whereby you and I can all go through poetry and we will all be successful. But if you are there, you think that no, Mansuma for Agut, ML is also not going, it will be very difficult.
Sure.
If you think that you are not going, if ML is going, support ML, let ML go. If ML is not going, DJ is going. Let's support DJ. Let DJ go. But we always say, if DJ is not there, then I'm not. If I'm not there, then DJ also will not go there. Who will go?
No one.
It's going to be very difficult. So the industry is not going anywhere. Let's come together as poets. Let's work together as poets and stop underrating each other. Yes, let's stop underrating each other. And the problem is, like in this industry, those who are underrating are the people who are not doing anything.
Exactly.
Not to be honest, billahi wala ta'ala. I have seen those poets like who you know that they have not achieved anything, no album, nothing. They will like 1, 2 or 3 pieces that they are having. But today, whenever they stand, they want people to call them like they are the big poets, everything.
Yeah.
No, that young one that is coming, if you see that that person is good than you, allow the person to come up,
Sure.
and the industry will move forward. So yeah,
You're very right. I guess as poets in the Gambia, we should build that unity among us, and
Sure.
in order to take the industry to another level, and not just the selflessness. Just be selfless and work together as poets in Gambia.
Okay, that's a very good contribution, I can say. And Emil, thank you for the compliment. And I would have not done that without you. You understand?
Yeah.
Viewers out there, I did that because of Emil. He's somebody
Thank
very
you.
hardworking and he needs support, like any other poet in the Gambia. So, Emil, if I may ask, how do you compile your first piece?
Oh, that is the piece that I start with
Oh.
to introduce myself with.
Okay.
That is the days of our
The
ancestors.
days of our ancestors.
Yeah, I started this piece. I started writing this piece the year
Mhm.
when I was working on the way. It was 2016. I can remember. Yeah, during this project, these 3 years journal,
3 years.
and I will not forget it. Like, was the very reason why I wrote these pieces. Like, after I was at Westfield, when I was going home, and I received a call from my father who was like, "Lam, iwe mutole." So I was like, "Ba fu mu neketa?" Because I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Now so on a sense, meaning come home right now." I was like, "Wow, what's going on?" So he told me that the country there is a problem. People are complaining that the president needs to step down because their agreement was 3 years. So I didn't know whether that was the agreement. But so people were complaining, and after all, when I was going home, I was seeing some people being wounded. I was like, wow, just because of politics, people are killing each other. And when I think of the days of our ancestors, things like this were not happening. No. Things like this were not happening. Our grandparents were living like in a safe life, working together like Amutki, Olafla, Amutki. No, we were all living as one people. No tribalism. But today in the Gambia, things have changed a lot. So which like helped me. I started my piece with that. I started writing things about that, bringing that idea of when the days of our days become the days of our ancestors. Trying to build things, something that will make
To
them
relate
like,
it to the past.
to the past. That's all. So from there, I move on. That's how I started building this piece. But it took me for almost 6 months.
6 months to
6
compile
months
the
to,
poem.
to compile it.
The duration, it's okay. What's more important is the message you send into the people.
Sure.
And I think the poem you recite, it's educative. And I've learned something from it, and I believe my co-hosts also learn as well. So, Emil, when you write in your poems, do you write based on the society, or do you write based on your personal feeling?
As I mentioned before, I was like, people always complain. All my poems are about politics, nation issue. Yes, that's enough.
Okay.
Dija, I wrote all my pieces based on nation building.
There's a nation
Yeah,
building.
I even have a piece that is about even love, but not that like people that are writing about love are not making sense. They are also making sense. They are communicating to people. People today nowadays, people are having problems based on love issues and other stuff. But my way and your way might not be the same. So I have a target, you have a target. But my target is to talk about the problem of the Gambia, the problem of Africa in nowadays. So my pieces are all based on nation building. Yeah, I can say that's all.
Nation building.
Nation building.
I think which is really needed. Nation building, it's really needed. So my co-host, I know she still having something.
Yeah, that is really important, like to be unique and other stuff to write on nation building, because we are that is what we meant by poetry, in order to educate people, for them to learn and what they should do and what they should not do. So Emil, tell us some of the challenges you go through as a poet. We know it's not easy though, but like some of the challenges you've gone through and you are still going through as well.
Oh, I will not be telling you all because some I promise myself not to say it out because I want to keep it in me. Because those are things that like whenever I think of them, it hurts a lot. So, but there are some that I would love to share with you, which is my my album journey. Yeah, it took me a lot. Yeah, I faced a lot of problem because the first flyer that we released, after having that flyer, I was involved in a problem, which I was even accused of it. I was not, like, it was not me. By then, I was very sick. To be honest, I faced a lot of sickness after dropping my first flyer. So I can say that is one of the things that I went through my poetry journey, because it only started when I started doing poetry. Yeah, it only started when I started doing poetry. Yeah, whenever I stop poetry, things will stop. So I was sick, and all thanks to my father. And like today, I have done it. Yeah, because I was so sick, almost 3 months. I was not going to school, which led to the reason of me stopping school, because I stopped school at grade 11 at Charles Memorial Academy. From there, my father should tell me that this is not the end. My child, let's go. You need to go for treatment. From treatment, let's go back. You go in for it. So from there, I also moved back to Latrikunda Upper and Senior Secondary School. So that's where I move on. So I believe that is one of the challenges that I face. The other ones that they are between me and like some of the people in the industry, which I don't even want to talk about today. Yeah.
Okay, that's so sad. Like, it's a sad narration that you give right now. So I guess my host has something regarding that.
Yeah, what I can contribute to that is never give up on what you do, and having such a father, such parents that support your talent is something very quite amazing.
Sure.
No.
And saying a very big thanks to daddy, thanks for supporting,
And mommy.
and mommy as well. Yeah.
Because mom also was always there. Like for her, she was always crying. That's the problem.
Might be she was like, I'm going to lose my Emma. Mom, you're not going to lose Emma. Emma is here to stay, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So, Amal, in whatever you're doing, you have someone who do direct you to tell you this is what is right, this is what is wrong. If I may ask, do you have any manager?
Another big question again. I was having a manager.
Okay, you were having.
I was having a manager, but now I'm not having any manager.
Oh.
Yeah, because I believe now. No. I believe in no one. Like my father is my advisor.
Okay.
Yeah, for him, he will not even allow me to be a manager to me. So I believe like let me stay loyal to myself. Let me be my own manager
And
work on myself, and I believe I can do it.
You believe
I will be my own manager.
That's
Sure.
a amazing thing of believing in yourself.
Yeah.
If I can say you believe in yourself, so next day you say like, I'm not going to work with anyone.
Yeah, but I have a team.
Myself. You have a team.
I have a team. That is the Trouble Poets Movement.
Okay.
Yeah, which it's a form of a committee. Yeah, but there I am the founder.
You the founder.
Yeah, but I'm not only the person that makes decision. But we make decision together. So from there's no one that can stand and say that I'm the one managing it.
Amal.
No.
That is interesting. And then keep it up.
Thank
So Amal,
Yeah.
if you are into things like advocacy or public speaking,
Mm-hmm.
you have someone you look up to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do you have any role model?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a role model. Like it's hard to see, but to be honest, everyone in the industry must like speak the truth, and the truth is that I have a role model. Yeah, to be frank with you, I have two role models,
Okay.
which I believe is champion, Omar Champion Chan.
Wow.
Yeah, not today, but I have been looking after the man,
After that
like
man.
not as long way ago, and also Baba Junior.
Hey, Baba Genius.
Yeah.
Shout out to Baba Genius. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to him. It's amazing.
He's a brother that always inspired me before I would start poetry, because he started poetry before me.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, this guy is doing this. Why not Emma? So
You
like
can do it.
yes, I can also do. He like they are people that inspired me a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll always look after them.
I don't know much about Champion Joe.
Yeah.
You understand? But when it comes to Babaji, Genius Jaha, he's somebody who pulling people towards him.
That's what I love. You know why, DJ? Man,
Because G dafa nekk koo xamante ne su gisee youth who is very amazing.
Yeah.
He built interest in that.
That's it. Because you know why?
And it's what we are looking for.
Every day I communicate with
Exactly.
Genius, and the best thing about Genius is that I do not take whether Genius is a kid or not. Genius, we need to accept it.
Exactly.
The boy has something in him.
Naturally gifted.
Like we should all appreciate, either we like it or not. Baba, take it, everything. Like we need to take this and believe in it.
Yeah.
Like yala moko kome. Understand? Ninko nangu new topasimo. I might be elder than the Genius in terms of age, but in the industry, Genius is my senior.
Is your senior.
So I have to believe in this so that things can go right.
Yeah.
So all shout outs to the Genius, I'm proud. Yeah.
It's not a matter of promoting him, but Genius is quite different from many other
others. Yeah.
Because you know what? If you are going through a lot, let's say people like me, we do chat, and he's always like, DJ, how far? DJ, how far? That means how far are you going?
Yeah.
You understand? I know he's also going to do that to many other poets as well. So shout out to Baba Genius Jaha. Keep the good
and
work.
the special things about him, like during my event, I call most of the poets. They will be like, "What is your budget?"
Wow.
For performance. But this boy, after sending a text to him,
he just said, yeah.
He was like,
and his event was even close.
Close, yeah. Just for 1 week, I don't know, some days before my event.
But he tried his
utmost
best to come
and he performed free and went home. So others were like, ML, what's your budget? What's your budget? This is my first event. You're asking me for a budget. Work out.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Like DJ said and ML said, I will also commend him on that. Like Genius is somebody who is really amazing. I could also remember at my book launching, because I learned the book as the current Gambian youngest author. He really helped me a lot and promoted it, and people were there also, and he was there also and did some poetry. So, Emil, what advice do you have for young aspiring poets? Like, we have many people like, I want to be a poet, I want to be a poet, but they'll be like, I don't have the support, and they will sit back and other stuffs. But we all know how the Gambian industry, as you said, everybody want to be top there. So, what advice do you have to young poets there?
Okay, my advice to them is that believe in yourself, in whatever you are doing. Like being up there, like it's not a matter of competition. Like everything belongs to you. You know what you have inside you. Like have the spirit that I can do this, and you will be able to do it. This is my belief, and I want all of them to believe this, that yes, one day we will be up there. Poetry is not a magic. Poetry is not like spiritual thing that you have to go through and become successful. Poetry, it's all based on you. You have to go through some things to achieve this, which is you need to be someone who is ready to be educated. Yes, you cannot be a poet whilst you are not educated. To be honest, you have to be good at reading, always research and other stuff. You need to go outside and know what's going on. Yeah. So, but you don't expect to be a good poet while sitting in one place. So, to be honest, my advice to them is that go for what you want, and you can do it. Like we will all be one day, and we'll all be big one day.
So as said by Emil, go for what you can do, and you will do it. Never give up. So do you have another piece to recite for us? Because the first one, I know people are eager to hear another one from you. So another point different from this one.
I have one more for you. DJ. I was a martial artist, young, strong, with the motivation to die for my nation. But see, I never knew there was no chance for justice. There was no way for peace. Powers to arrest, powers to detain, powers to change the truth. Nothing from the law, I mean. See, I was chosen to fight for the truth, but was never given the chance to speak the truth. I'm a victim, under the orders of another victim who said I should be jailed. Then I asked why, but they never replied. For they believe I have a vital information that can lead to their final destination. It was unlawful, because to them, they are the state. Drunk with powers, they are the state. This is their belief that they are the state. They want me to shut up my mouth, because to them, I knew what's happening. Proceed with it quietly. See, I was instructed to forget the truth. Never shall I forget the truth, and I shall never forget the truth. Dija, My face was hitting, beating within the time that I speak the truth. Go, wurita, mkumbota, katumko, yeneke yalatinya. So I'm a victim. Sila hol sama ganaw, te hol sama kanam, gisuma ken, déguma ken, halatuma ken lu dun sama réew mi. Parce que man lu ma gom dija, ak yow loo war a gom mooy doomi Adama, foog nga jàngat si sa jaar-jaar te nga xam lu sa kanam. So I'm a victim. Inside that feeling of depression, it's hard to make this confession. I'm born alive that no one can help me to survive, and I believe it's all based on a horrible big lie. Just go over it, they said. I wish I could find a way. Memories won't go away. Even we have to forgive and let it go away. I'm a victim.
I am a victim. Like this piece is making me cry right now. Like,
Wow.
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Yeah.
I'll keep saying, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Thank
We
you.
have a long way to go.
Thank you.
Emil,
Yeah.
how do you feel being the first poet to launch poetry cinema in the Gambia?
Yeah, I feel so good.
Okay.
To be honest, I will not lie to you. I am proud and I will stand anywhere to say that. Yes, I am the first person to launch this, to introduce something
Poetry cinema
into the Gambia, like, which is poetry cinema. For the first time in the history in the Gambia, no poet has ever did it, and no artist has also ever did. So I am so glad that being the first person doing so. So to be honest, I'm grateful.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Amazing.
grateful.
And,
I'm
and we
hoping
want
to
to
do.
see more unique things, you know.
To be honest, because something more is coming, like
Inshallah.
different things are coming. Yeah.
I believe that is an interesting thing. Like, if we have more poets like ML, then we will see the industry to another
Inshallah.
level that we all want it to be.
Inshallah.
So, Dija, what do you have?
Yeah, just to remind you again, you're watching us live on Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And with us today was Emil the Poet, a very hard-working youth. So, Poetry Cabinet will be coming your way every Friday. Make a link up so that you can be our next guest.
Yeah.
You have another point?
No, like, what's your final message? That's why.
My final message, just to say thank you to Fine TV. I am proud to be one of your first hosts since you guys started this event, and I'm so glad. I'm not the best poet, but one of them.
Yeah.
So being here today, like, is one of the great things that, like, I love to see. And also, to speak the truth, Gambians need to work hard, join hand together to support a sister, and also support you, because our journey might not be the same, because I'm doing poetry and you are a writer. We all do writing, but you don't recite. So, but to be honest, you are also doing great. My people outside there, please, I'm begging on every one of you. We are young ones and we need your support. Like Poetry is about to bring something big, and I don't know whether, like, she already told you, but I will be the person to tell everyone. Like, DJ is bringing something big, and that is spoken of love. Billahi wallahi ta'ala. I am taking one of my pieces from my album to bring it out in this day, because that, like, it's a day for Gambians to come out. Like, Musma Kojis,
Sure.
a female poet, like a poetess, that spirit, like, coming outside to show people that yes, I can do it. No. And this girl is really for an album, not a concert. So I was like, wow, DJ coming with an album. Like, Gambians should not wait for this day. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful, to be honest. Like, my final say to the people out there, support the industry, and to the poets, let's be one.
Yes.
Let's be one people.
So, boys, let's be one to take the industry to another level.
Sure.
Well, thank you very much for watching us live on Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Join us next week also for another interesting show.
Exactly. Just to remind you, keep following our platforms. Thank you.
Thank you.